Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where it's been a little while since I've had time to get into ESO, but I was thinking of now that I'm finally able to get back into Twitch here, to be able to have a little bit more fun more often. Recently, at the time of this recording or stream, depending on which one you're seeing, whether you're seeing it live or, well, off a hard drive, they recently announced an upcoming chapter expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, which I'm looking forward to, Blackwood, which will be themed around Oblivion for anyone who happened to play Elder Scrolls 4. So I'll be honest, I actually never got a chance to play ESO 4. ES4. I played Elder Scrolls 3 and 5, but I was kind of knee-deep in the World of Warcraft when 4 came out. So I never got around to playing that one. Let's see, what all kinds of... Oh, a little Guar, and he looks like he is ready to fight for the Empire. Oh, Wardens are on sale. Well, I already have that class, since I typically like to get the collector's editions for each one, since you get a little bit more bang for your buck. And let's see, although I haven't had a chance to stream much, let's see, where is it? I had to remember what the name of the add-on was. I have been busy with my research. I finally have everything researched. So for all my friends who might be looking for stuff to craft or for things to research themselves, let me know, and I'd always be happy to, if you could help me out with some materials, I could always help you get anything that you're looking for in order to be able to research it, add to your own. So I finally have all of those put together. Now I just have to do the same thing in EU, because I have a counterpart to this character in EU that also needs to see about getting everything researched. And then the typical going through the mail. Yeah, I could do this with an add-on, but I had an add-on that would empty the mail for me all the time, but never quite worked out. Oh, these didn't sell, huh? I was hoping they would. Oh well. Well, here, let's see. Maybe I can see about selling something now. I wonder how much those are going for. Well, I'll check the prices later. You know, for a long time, I did not know quite what the draw for Vivek City was for everybody, but now that I have, I've got a second account that I play with occasionally, and I was leveling up the blacksmithing and jewel crafting on another character, and so coming here to Vivek is actually very nice because you've got the bank right next to the anvil here for blacksmithing, so you can hammer out a whole bunch of rubedite daggers and stuff them in a guild bank, and then have another character pick them up and deconstruct them in order to level their blacksmithing profession very, very effectively. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. I just picked up the the Rick crafting dailies. Speaking of which, here, let me go ahead and do those real quick. You can always use a little bit more gold. Although I've been doing okay in terms of gold, as you can see. I got lucky in that I had been grinding a whole bunch of materials, you know, mining and mostly blacksmithing and jewel crafting materials. And when there was a recent celebration that involved, well, it was mostly over the December timeframe, so you have you know, various different writ crafting going on, and everybody's looking for materials. I was able to put things up on the guild auctioneers for quite a tidy sum and made a bundle. Whoops. Well, I'm going to save these here for this other character that I'm trying to level up their jewel crafting. Go ahead and turn these in. I'm using an add-on, if you've never seen it before, called Lazy Writ Crafter. That's why everything seems to be going so quickly. So with Lazy Writ Crafter, I can just click on the daily writs, and then it knows what formulas are needed. Then I go to the stations, and it basically makes everything for me, and even turns them in. And then as you get the rewards from writ crafting to turn in, usually it'll be like a crate of supplies, and it can be very tedious going through and opening up all those items individually. So Lazy Writ Crafter takes care of all of that. In fact, here, well, we can run through the daily writs with all the characters. I only have a few characters up at 50, so in anticipation of the new upcoming chapter, I need to do some leveling. Yeah, partly it's because my attention has been divided amongst my other account, and then of course, like I said, various other real-world problems that have kept me busy in other places and made it difficult to stream between problems with my internet service provider, because nothing is disheartening as watching your internet connection randomly drop 5 or 6 times a day and thinking to yourself, well, why even bother streaming? Everyone's going to be frustrated if they actually wanted to watch my stream because the connection just keeps going up and down, up and down. But fortunately, at least for a while, it looks like they may have a lot of things fixed up. Perhaps they upgraded their network, who knows. I'm actually thinking of upgrading my network here. I'm saving my pennies. My internal network is only a little 1 gigabit network, but I was thinking of going to a 10 gig backbone, at least internally. Now, I can't afford that for my internet connection. No way, no how. But at least internally, especially because oops, oh, I already did the blacksmithing part. Since I record all of my video locally, as well as stream it, I have various different NASs that are on my network, and with 1 gig, it takes a while to copy that video out from the big computer here that does all the media creation and the ones that store it. Now, I was really impressed. MikroTik in particular seems to have some rather affordable switches. So as I look to potentially going to 10 gigs in the near future, MikroTik will probably be the way to go. Oh, hi, old lady gamer. How are you doing? The last character that you saw me on, my main for North America, Hyraxia, was riding a Frostamere, and that was actually a gift from the old lady gamer, so that's why she always rides it. I had mentioned to the old lady gamer that I had missed getting that one the previous year, and so ESO is like, oh, no sympathy. If you didn't get it when it was available, you're just going to have to wait till it comes around the following year. And I had mentioned to her that I was planning on getting that mount, and she surprised me with it as a gift. I had planned on getting it myself anyways. This character here is actually themed after a World of Warcraft character I used to play. My very first character in the very first MMO I ever played was World of Warcraft, and he was a Forsaken. And well, so his name was Ramius, and so I like to think that in a way he escaped the World of Warcraft and came here to ESO where things are better. Now, if only we could get a polymorph from Minotaurs, and that way it could be like my Tauren escaped. I played Horde. Like they could escape World of Warcraft as well. Fluffy No Pants here is a character that I started experimenting with having a magic and necromancer, and I was surprised at how well she turned out. Of course, they made some balance changes in the game since then, and we're about to see a rather radical change to the champion point system, so kind of curious to see how that turns out, because they showed it off one way, and then immediately people figured out ways on the test server in order to make uber unstoppable characters. So they're like, whoops, we made a mistake. We're going to have to revise that CP system. So I'm not even sure what the ultimate form for the champion point system is going to be. That's odd. Why is oh, well, her bags are just about full. Not going to be able to. I guess she was storing a lot of things for me. You know what? That's something we could do this evening. We've got all these surveys. Oh, the surveys are the bane of my existence. All right, let's take a look. What do we have for surveys for elsewhere? There we go. Normally I have an add-on that puts these on the map for me. Let's see, do I have my add-on turned on? Oh, no I don't. Oh, everything's out of date or missing a dependency. Well, they're all turned off. Let's see, custom map pins. Let me just turn all this stuff on. I forgot why I turned it off. I was probably having problems with something at the time. Let's see if those problems reoccur. Oh, well, not everything is turned off, apparently. Oh, and lazy writ. There we go. Daily provision, daily alchemy, grass store. Yeah, we'll turn all these on. Okay, it's going to require a reload of the UI, so this will take just a second. Fortunately, this computer here that I'm using, I like to call the Red Storm. And the Red Storm uses all SSDs, so basically, ESO reloads as quickly as it can decompress in memory. There we go. And now that our add-ons are working, we can at least pick up all the reds. The problem is a matter of space. So let's see. And now I can see all of our targets. So let's see about going and grabbing some surveys. Those things pile up. So I guess it can be survey night. Plus, apparently there is a sky shard here that she doesn't have. So might as well grab that. Let's see, I think it was, well, I thought it was possible to get around this guy. Oh, well. Oh, well, he's not paying attention. Yoink. All mine. Ah, darn harpies. Harpies are no one's friend. Oh, here it is. I was wondering where this. I figured it wasn't down there. Oh, this is a treasure. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. And my inventory is full as usual. Let's see if there's something that maybe she can consume or get out of the way in order to... Oh, well, actually, here's an easy fix. So you can take a poison and then mount it over here. And see, that frees up at least one inventory slot.
No, thief. This one. Your thing's safer with a zombie than in some stuffy vault.
Well, let's see. Nope, my bank is full as usual. I'm a bit of a chronic pack rat, and so there's always something in here that... let's see. Do we have some junk? I wonder why I flagged that as... oh, because it's stolen. Oh, you know what I could do is I could kick off some research in order to make a little bit of room here. That's probably why her bags are so full in the first place, is because I chronically never seem to have enough room for things. That sometimes I'll have one character kind of be the bag lady in this case and draw everything out of the bank in order to make room for something else, and basically just hold on to things. I think that's what happened to poor Fluffy here. She hasn't been out and about in a while, and as a result, well, she got stuck holding the bag, so to speak. So here, we can kick off a little bit of research for her, and that way we will see about making some room, because each item that gets researched is consumed in the process. Oh, but now she's going to try to kick off her writs. Both of these are 160, but that one's a lower. Whoops, I guess one of those items must have come out of her local inventory. I don't have anything for her to research. I guess I need to see about working on that. All right, so where is the banker? Oh, here she comes.
To leave possessions with the zombie does not make you unplugged.
All right, so that freed up a few spots, not very many, but just enough in the bank there. So what we can do is we dump the things that will go into the bank. All right, the bank is now full because, in a way, ESO is kind of hot-wired in the respect that the craft bag is an add-on that came later in the game. It wasn't originally part of it. So as a result, whenever you add items that are going to go in the craft bag, there has to be at least one space available in your local inventory first. It can't be full. Even though the craft bag is, basically bottomless. I mean, at least effectively. It's not actually bottomless. You can fill it up, but it would be very, very difficult to do so. In fact, if I understand the way it works, this is a database thing for anyone who's curious, but I believe the crab bag is storing data in long integers, and there is a maximum number that you can have for that, but I'm guessing no player is ever going to reach it. Although you never know. Who knows? It might be possible. I mean, one thing that I like to do, well, no, maybe I shouldn't talk about that. I have ways to add to my inventory. All right, let's see. How is it? Whoop! Oh boy, it's a long way down. Oh, this is a fun little mount that I happened to get on Halloween a couple of years ago. Or the Witches Festival, as ESO refers to it. Oh, maybe it's way down there. Okay, let's... Trying to take as little falling damage as I can here. Oh, darn it. I was hoping it was down here in the basin, but apparently it's up on this other ridge. Now I'm going to have to fight the terror birds for this. Oh, and it's up here even further. Or, oh, not up, behind. This must be the spot. Now let's see. Yes, of course, the terror birds want to come in and have some fun. Lost your nerve, did you? All right, well, I feel much better. Let's see about getting all these goodies here. Now, one of the interesting things about ESO is that it's possible to have these maps that take you to these resources and have multiple ones for the same location. This gets a little irritating. It's kind of like a whole trans-dimensional thing when you think about it, in that all of these, whoops, you know what, zombie, why don't you go away? Because they all exist in the same space, but only one can be accessed at a time, but they're all kind of stacked up on top of each other. So there have been times where I'll have 5 of the same location, so I have to pick it, run away, let it respawn, pick it, run away, you know, because only one at a time can exist. But here, since the X disappeared off the map, that means that I got them all. Oh, look at that. There is another sky shard nearby that she doesn't have. Might as well pick it up. They always come in handy. Oh, Angel Phoenix 77 says, hello, finally caught you live. Hello, by the way, may I ask you a question? Well, I guess it depends on which kind it is. By the way, I'm glad you're able to catch me live. I had some problems recently that it kept me off Twitch for a while, so it's good to be back. Generally, I try to avoid personal questions, so you know, I'll just give you that that caveat up front. But anything game related is fine. Technology related too, since that's a big hobby of mine. Let's see. Let's see if we can find. I guess that was it for Northern Elsewhere. So let's see. Van Korai. I'm just looking to see other places where we might have quite a few surveys to hit. Well, you know what? We'll start with Bankurai. Let's see. Nearest. All right. Just wanted to see what the nearest way shrine was to our current location. So, what was on your mind, Angel Phoenix 77? Oh, and part of the reason why I haven't had any kind of regular schedule, if anybody was curious, like I said, there were internet problems, there was other stuff that was going on. I used to have a schedule where I'd be on at certain times, like just about every other Twitch streamer. But my problem has been, real life gets in the way, and then even when I had something scheduled, and I was like, yes, I've had the time set aside. Everybody knows that I'm busy tonight. And I would get there and it's like either my bandwidth was cut in half because my ISP was having problems or it was down. And I do have alternate internet through my phone, but the hotspot does not have the bandwidth to stream anything decent, at least not on the plan that I need to find a different secondary ISP so that I have a backup for when the main one goes down. Oh, Angel Phoenix says, have you read my help from your last Fallout 4 video? Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. Although I confess it's been a little while, I do remember there was some rather lengthy suggestions in there. And so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I read all the comments that come in on the YouTube channel. I don't always get an opportunity to reply to them, at least not in a timely manner. For that reason, I actually have an email address and this is a real email address. It's I promise I will read this eventually at joestech.com. People see that address and they're like, is that for real? I was like, yep, that's for real. So when you send email to that address what to expect. I'll read it eventually. Yeah. Well, most cases I usually read it pretty quickly. It's getting around to responding that takes a while. Oh, good. Bankurai looks like it has several surveys for us, so that looks like a good place to hit next. Oh, the scrapper perk through the construction thing. You know what? I need to give that a try. I liked your suggestion on that. Yeah, I've been getting back into Fallout 4. I had never finished it originally, and then I got the Nuka World and the Far Harbor and all that other good stuff. Let's see, there's the... I'm trying to remember what the add-on was for the DLC with the robots. So, doing that as well. In a way, I kind of kicked myself for not having spent more time in it. I mean, after a year of random lockdowns, you would have thought I would have had more time. So I'm trying to be better about time management. And like I said, fingers crossed, my ISP cooperates. If I have to, I'll probably just record things locally and upload them to YouTube later. But if I can, I would love to stream it. I still have Angel Phoenix 77 says one word will help. Let's see, the game mods. I personally run over 300 mods. I'll admit I haven't used any mods for Fallout as of yet. I always enjoy playing a game and having the vanilla experience first, and then going back and adding mods to it. Although I think I've seen enough of Fallout 4 that I could probably get started with mods. Oh, he's there for that. I'm here for my survey. In fact, notice that the X on my map has not gone away for this survey location. It's possible that she may have more than one with this exact spot. Oh, also, sometimes this map doesn't exactly refresh. There we go. So I can force a refresh. Nope, it insists. We still have more here. So either I missed one or there's more than one map for this location. So the way ESO works is that each map is basically a ticket that grants you access to the items at this location. If you have more than one, once you consume all the items at the location, then the ticket is consumed, the map. And so then I'll run away and get out of range, and then the next one becomes available because ESO likes to do things to where the world doesn't change while you're looking at it. The magic only happens when you're not looking. So if I come back, it should be all refreshed here. Voila! And as you can see here, we have minerals again. So I had more than one map for the same location. No, kitty! Oh no! Look away, old lady gamer. She likes cats. I have no choice, though. This is a bad kitty. And I forgot my spray bottle, so had to use the electric staff. Angel Phoenix 77 says, "Are you looking forward to Arc 2?" And I hope you get back to playing the first Arc. I'm kind of mixed. Arc 1 was kind of a mixed bag. I did enjoy it. My biggest problem was time. So I ended up setting up, and if you happen to see it, there is a series of videos where we set up a dedicated server to Arc. But wow, did it almost become like a second job because, all right, I domesticated some animals, but you have to get back there to feed them, or they get kind of ornery, or they starve to death. Or then I would come back, my base had been demolished because some tyrannosaur came through and ripped the place up while I was at work. And it got really difficult because I just didn't have the time to devote to Arc. I think Arc is more fun, at least for me as a casual player, if I play it solo, because then I can shut everything down, save my spot, and come back to it. So for that, sure, I absolutely have no problems playing Arc. The bad thing is that, I mean, I enjoy playing with my friends, and we had a good time playing together, but it was maintaining the place and the upkeep, and I just never seemed to have the time to run it. What seemed to work out a little bit better was Conan Exiles, which allows for peer network gameplay. So the old lady gamer and I actually tried a little bit of Conan Exiles. I'd like to get back into that title as well. It's kind of like art, but with much nicer graphics. Have you had an opportunity to see Conan Exiles? I'm always happy to grab jewel crafting minerals wherever they happen to be as we go. Oh boy, these guys are not going to just let me come in here. Well, Fluffy will deal with them if she has to. I like how the Necromancer can just basically spam their abilities. Oh, that's it? Just one? Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be more. Okay. Whoop. And I guess that's it. She got them all. All right. Let's see. Where else are we headed? Up north, apparently. And there are no shortcuts, so all I can do is just ride there. If you like Lovecraft, try Secret World. Is that an MMORPG or a single-player game? As a matter of fact, I am a bit of a fan of Lovecraft. I've read all of the Lovecraft stories. And in fact, I just recently finished the Lovecraft Country series on HBO Max. Although, other than like a mere mention of Lovecraft and, you know, a brief homage to what appeared to be Cthulhu, it didn't seem to have anything to do with Lovecraft. I think they were just like, how can we get people to watch our show? You know what? Let's mention Lovecraft. And they got me to at least look at it, but it didn't feel like Lovecraft anything. Oh well. It wasn't bad. I liked the show. It was okay. Yeah, I'd give it on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd give it a 6. Yeah. It was not bad. It was entertaining, but it was not what it purported to be. Okay. Well, the doors are shut. Actually, I think I can get through here. I forget. Oh, you guys don't mind? Great. I was trying to remember whether this is one of those areas that was locked by a quest or not.
Sometimes a little lie saves a ton of experience.
We will not end this war, it will end us.
Oh, it's an MMO, huh? The premise of Secret World is everything in the shadows is real. For Ark, I use a mod called Death Recovery. I got tired of dying and then running back and dying again, Angel Phoenix 77 says. I guess I will have to look at that one. When I played Ark last, I did not use any mods. I wanted to try the vanilla game. In fact, sometimes my friends kind of chided me. They're like, can we have like accelerated taming and other stuff? I was like, no, I want to try the vanilla game, you know. So I just, you know, set it to vanilla for the server because I wanted to see the game the way it was intended to be. But it seemed like they were always coming out with more DLC to sell, and I was like, wait a minute, could you just like finish the title, please? Well, now Ark is finally officially finished, and let's see, I see that they spent their budget on hiring Vin Diesel to promote Ark 2. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. But I'm probably not gonna pre-order. Cyberpunk really taught me a lesson about pre-ordering things. I thought, those other companies, you can't trust them with a pre-order, but surely CD Projekt Red can be trusted. No, they've gone corporate, and you know, now it's all hype and promises. You know, give us the money, and eventually we'll give you the game that you got. So let's see if they do a No Man's Sky and finally deliver what they actually promised. You know, but they should really be honest. It's an early access game. It was very, very, very disheartening to see what they released to everybody. Okay, so here we have to go
You're
through
just the
town.
type Sergeant Anteve is looking for.
Over here, Initiate. The guild has need of you, comrade.
So Secret World is an MMO. Is that one out already, or I'll confess I had not heard about it, or is that still in development?
The dumbest strategy I ever heard. I don't know what is.
Oh, Blessed Thistle. It's always such a pain to find that stuff, so I'm always happy when I get a survey and there's some of that available. Looks like there wasn't very much at this location. All right, well, looks like we have them all, and here we go. Here is another Sky Shard she doesn't have. These guys are going to object to me getting in. Oh well, too bad for them. All right. So, Angel Phoenix 77 says, Arc 2, I have so many questions about it. Such as, will there be human or human-like entities? I'm kind of curious. Oh, and apparently you have a link. I think by default the channel is set to forbid any links. I mean, you can try. Go ahead, give it a shot, but I have a feeling it's probably going to censor you. I had some initial problems when I first started streaming where there were spammers that would come in and they would drop links to porn sites. So I had to turn that off. So I think by default, all links are held. Oh, did you send the link via private message? Here, let's see. Because that would be one way to get it. Oh, yeah, I guess it got filtered out. I don't see the link.
Task for you.
Oh, you know what? I should bring up the mod menu. That way I could see things that are being held or screened.
Right. Maybe I'll just buy a cat and see what happens.
Here, just a second. I am my own moderator, unfortunately. Well, go ahead. You can try the chat again. I have the mod menu open, so I should be able to see anything that gets blocked. All right, let's see. And since we got those surveys done, Cold Harbor. Well, you know what? Here, we can go to Cold Harbor next. Oh, here we go. I was like, wait a minute, where is the shrine? Looks like we only have one per Cold Harbor. This thing is still screening out. I was thinking it was going to allow me to see it via mod menu.
Sometimes the right thing and the wrong thing are the same thing.
Okay, I sent you a quick whisper, Angel. Phoenix77, if you reply to that with the link, then I should be able to see it. I think again, I had someone who was being unpleasant, and I think I have mine set to where you can only direct message me if I have messaged you first. It cuts down on some of the spam and other bad stuff. So I went ahead and sent you a direct message. Okay, let's see, where is this? Must be down here. Oh, this is the spot. Ah, good. More blessed thistle. This stuff really is a pain to get normally, so. All right, let's see. Okay, so in the chat there, you can see the link that Angel77 was sharing with me to Secret World. I guess I will have to take a look at it.
That's wonderful.
Kind of curious. My problem, though, is that even if I enjoy it, I already play like a couple of MMORPGs, and then all these open world games. I don't know when I'd find the time to play it, but I will take a gander at it because I am curious. Anything Lovecraft related or Cthulhian piques my interest. Speaking of Lovecraft, the HBO series Lovecraft Country did get me with one thing in particular. They treat Lovecraft as an author who exists within their universe, so, which I personally liked because as I read the H.P. Lovecraft stories, what made them more, I guess, scary for me was they didn't feel like fiction. Some of them felt like a first-hand account. Angel Phoenix 77 says, I play a few myself. I also play City of Heroes when my depression isn't as bad. I had a friend of mine who played City of Heroes quite a bit. He enjoyed that title for years. I don't know if he still does. I haven't talked to him in a while. For me, I started with the World of Warcraft. Whoops. Oh, shoot. I have to pay attention to my character here. Started with World of Warcraft, played Rift, Terra, let's see. There's a couple that I can't even remember the name to. Star Wars The Old Republic, Black Desert Online, ESO, of course. Final Fantasy. Although I didn't get very far in Final Fantasy, I got sidetracked by other things, so I haven't really played enough of it to have a good feel for that one. Although I hear very good things about it. Oh, Exodus Dark Robe says, did you and your GF ever move in together like you were discussing? Well, here's the problem, Exodus Dark Robe. The world had a pandemic. So, unfortunately, she's very far away. Whoops. Uh-oh. Yikes, these things hit really hard. Either that or I haven't fixed up her gear in a while. Is her gear all messed up? It probably is. Let me take a look. Does she need repairs? Well, her gear is trashed a little bit, but my goodness, they seem to hit very hard. Yeah, that's the issue at Exodus more than anything else is cats. Multiple cats all at once. And yeah, airlines normally are happy if you have one cat. If you have a bag of cats, well, maybe they're a little less happy with you. Although I've been hearing from some people that it's actually a very good time to fly with animals. If you're willing to take the risks. Unfortunately, it seems like we're coming out with new and new, you know, just when we get a vaccine, now we have new strains. So it's like, oh, now it's new and improved, more likely to be contagious or, you know, deadly or whatnot. And there are people that will downplay it and say, well, you know, it's only like 1 or 2% of the population that'll die. It's like, well, that's still millions of people when you look at the global population. And then the odds are no consolation if you happen to be one of the unlucky ones. I have several friends who've had relatives that have died as a result of the current pandemic, and we definitely don't want to be joining them. Good grief, this character should be tougher than this. You know what? Let me take her to a town and get her repaired. I have a feeling that her gear is in much worse shape than I'm realizing. She should not be this squishy. It looks like she's not wearing anything, but it's just a costume, of course.
May be safer in the desert.
Normally, I have a lot of fun rampaging through dungeons solo with her, and so I'm kind of surprised that everything seems to be killing her. Let's see, come on, there's got to be a vendor around here someplace. I need some repairs.
This is getting to be absurd.
Oh, another sky shard that she doesn't have. Kind of exciting getting up to this one. Angel Phoenix 77 says, it's a matter of time before the zombies come. I don't know. My money is on an asteroid impact first. Actually, would that be something? The asteroid impact happens and that causes the zombies because it has a new mystery element never seen by the Earth before, which reanimates the dead. Actually, I think that was the plot of one of those zombie movies. There we go. Well, let's see. I have a little bit of a repair bill, but it doesn't seem like Let's see, what is she wearing? I don't even know. Oh, that's the problem. Why is she wearing level 42 gear? Her gear is way out of date. Okay, well that might be why she's kind of squishy. I never bothered to update her gear. What does she have? Just gotta have something that's better than this. Either that or I'll make her a set of gear at this point. You know what, let's take a moment to actually make Fluffy a little set of gear. After all, she only looks like she's running around with next to nothing on, and in reality, I want her to have plenty of good stuff. I leveled her rather quickly, and I guess I didn't bother to give her another set of gear after she made it to 50. Oh, was the name of the movie Zombieland? I actually did not see that one, but... All right, so let's see about crafting a set of gear for our little intrepid little explorer. Let's see. Now, if you've never seen it before, I'm going to demonstrate a add-on called the Lazy Set Creator, or Lazy Set Crafter, I mean. And so here's how it works: is you determine which set pieces you would like, and you can queue them up. And then afterwards, it's very easy to put things together. So in my case, let's see, I'm going to make for her a set of light gear, since that's probably pretty good for a Magicka-based character. And let's see, here we will, well, I guess we could start with the innate of Axiom. Let's see. We'll say head and chest. Oh, and we want it to be 50. Oh, wait a minute. But actually we want it to be champion points 160. There we go. And let's see, yeah. And we'll add Magicka, so we'll add that to the queue. Oh, invalid level. Oh, actually, oh, I guess the level goes here. It's been a while since I've used this. Champion points go over here. It's this icon here that's getting me. There we go. All right, so it's added to the queue. So level 50, and it will be champion point 160. At least I think so. It's been a long time. Let's see, what does it say if I say 161? No, I guess not. Shoot, this should be for the... Oh, I actually have to click CP. All right, never mind. See how much I know? 160, please. So we'll clear these from the queue. I've done this before where I've accidentally queued things and then they were the wrong thing. There we go. Level 50, champion point 160. So that's the way it should be. All right, and then let's see. Let's give her a nice lightning staff to go with it. And the lightning staff will be part of the Coldfire Harbor's favorite set. Now, the nice thing about a staff is that it counts for 2 slots. So if we want to make a full set of 5, I just need 3 more items. So let's make a ring to go with it. And You know what? How about some legs? So that's 4. Actually, you know what? Here, we'll make both rings. So again, 4, and the necklace. Yeah, why not? Just add that to the queue. And then, in order to finish off things, let's go with the Seducer set. Oh, I can never remember how they put this here, because of course it's not S for Seducer. It'll be Armor of the Seducer. There we go. Okay, let me just make sure. Let's see. Feet, hands, legs, shoulders, belt. All right, then that should be some full sets there. Now, in order to actually craft these, I have to go to the stations at which they are produced. Oh, do I have enough space in my inventory? My bags are always full, chronically. Well, I think she has enough, at least for these sets. We'll find out here in just a minute. Let's see. We can start out in Gratwood, which is where we'll be able to find the little workbench to make the Seducer set. Angel Phoenix says, Joe, I have a mod for Skyrim that you and OLG can play together. Let me guess, it's called Skyrim Together? I've heard of it. I've heard that Bethesda has banned that mod. Cuts into their ESO pie, I guess. Okay, let's see if I remember where the entrance is. Here we go. It's been a little while. So since the add-on has all of these items that I've been choosing queued up, I just have to go to the workstations and it will craft them for me, and I don't have to bother remembering these things. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I had Cold Harbor's favorite as all the jewelry. Let's see. Armor. Oh, but it's light armor, so it's going to be clothing. There we go. So I'm just here on autopilot, allowing the add-on to craft all these things for me. Oh, and it also does the upgrades for me as well, since I had indicated I wanted these all crafted to superior level. All right, I think that's it for the Seducer. So now, onward to, we could do Cold Harbor's favorite next. Both of these sets are pretty decent for Magicka-based characters. In particular, I kind of like Cold Harbor's favorite because you get this little creature that appears and explodes for either damage or healing, depending on what type of spell you're casting. So it's like a little extra little damage or healing buff that just goes off constantly. I see a lot of healers that seem to want to use the Cold Harbor's favorite set. Although with a name like that, you would think that some place it would be in Cold Harbor, but in reality, it's actually in northern elsewhere. Exodus Starkrobe says, did you play Shadowlands too, Joe? And the answer is no. After the whole Blizzard thing where they were censoring the one player who was speaking out about Taiwan, and they took his prize winnings at that one match, I decided I didn't want to deal with Blizzard Entertainment anymore, so I uninstalled all my Blizzard titles, and I haven't done anything Blizzard related since then. So I don't play the World of Warcraft anymore. Oh, you know what? Here, let's see. Actually, there we go. So here we can get the lightning staff put together. And the jewelry. Oh, but I am missing some materials. Platinum ounces. Well, that we can take care of because I do have some available. Okay, so with all of that put together, it's onward to the Clockwork City in order to get the final two pieces that I wanted to make. So let's see. And as I recall, there it is, innate axiom set. Oh, Life Force. Yeah, I kind of like the Life Force. It's an interesting movie if you hadn't had a chance to see it. In fact, it actually has Patrick Stewart in it. This is long before Star Trek The Next Generation. And well, some of the scenes are kind of bizarre. Okay, let's see. Which one? Oh, yes, it's clothing. Yeah, speaking of Patrick Stewart movies you didn't know he was in, there was also Dune. That was another famous one. I know a lot of people didn't like the Dune movie because they're like, oh, it's not true to the books. I had not read the books. In fact, I still have not gotten around to reading them, although I have them in my Audible library. I plan to have them read to me when I get a chance. It's just a matter of having the time. And I see that they're making another Dune movie, although it looks like a skipper because the director apparently has said some unkind things about HBO, is upset that, you know, everything went to HBO Max, so I'm sure that their pay was partially determined by box office performance. So basically HBO Max gets to release the movie, gets all the benefit from the subscribers, and they're going to tell the director, oh well, it didn't play in the theater, so you don't get any money from that, you know. Meanwhile, Gal Gadot got her 10 million in order to be happy, and despite Wonder Woman 1984 not being in the box office, she probably got more money from that deal than she would have otherwise, judging on the performance of the film. So, and from what I understand, the Doom remake doesn't even cover the same amount of material as the last Dune movie from Dino De Laurentiis, so, and they were counting on a trilogy, which is probably not going to happen, so I'm going to skip it because my guess is that it's a waste of time. Yeah, the Golden Compass, The Last Avatar, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, all these films were, oh, it's going to be part of a trilogy. Let's see how the first one does. And they wasted everybody's time. And they're like, nope, didn't do well enough. We're not going to make any more. Yet you spend your time and your money to go and see these things. And I'm like, I really like the way the Lord of the Rings movies were done. Not The Hobbit, of course, but the Lord of the Rings, where they said, you know what? If we're going to do this, we're going to shoot all three of them right darn now. We'll put them in post-production. Whatever happens, we're making all three of them or not at all. That was the way to do those. Of course, the other movies that I mentioned that didn't get the rest of their trilogies were done. So maybe it's a better thing that they died on the vine, so to speak. But I saw every one of them first run in the theater, and I really wish I could have that time and that money back. So I learned a lesson. So I'm going to skip the new Dune movie. I like the Dino De Laurentiis film. Of course, having not read the book, it seems to stand just fine on its own. So I understand for the people who are fans of the books and they're like, oh, it's an obscenity. You know, I don't have a basis for comparison, but I look forward to finally at least listening to the books on audio. Oh, The Stand got remade too, Exodus Darkrope says. You know, yeah, I haven't bothered to see the remake. I saw the Gary Sinise version. Although the premise of The Stand, you know, it's this great big build-up, and I won't spoil it, but the end was like, WTF? What? That's it? You know, that I could have written that ending. Come on, you know. I guess I was expecting more. So... I guess that part is done. Let me just make sure we don't have any more. That's what I thought. We needed to have more glyphs made up. It's nice that this add-on takes care of all of this for me so that I can just kind of sit back with my hands behind my head, my feet up, and, you know, let the add-on make that set. Okay, plus we got some new runes translated at the same time. And now we have a nice little set here. And let me go drop this off. Let's see. Actually, a good place to go would be... Go drop these here, and then that way, Fluffy can go pick up a new set of gear. This little house here is actually a favorite of mine for, well, crafting purposes. It's nice and compact. You know, you can put everything out here and just get to work. So as you can see, everybody's here and ready to get it done. Whoops, but that chest is full. That chest is full. Oh, this chest is full too. Oh, come on. This chest has space, but not enough. Already in your library. Already known, already known. I should probably start selling these things or giving them away to friends. I'm a pack rat. I keep everything that I get from drops, or at least I try to. Is anything in there? Hey, this one has room. All right. All right. Excellent. Excellent. So Cold Harbor is favorite. All right, now we can switch over to Fluffy and have her come and pick up her new set of gear. Oh no, Exodus Dark Road has some bad news. Apparently they want to remake Jaws, Rambo, RoboCop. Well, RoboCop was already remade once, and it was done terribly. Terminator. Doesn't it seem like every Terminator is a reboot? The only one Terminator films I liked were 1 and 2. Although, I have to admit, Terminator Salvation was kind of interesting, because at least that one was set in the future war, which I always wanted to see. The one thing in Terminator Salvation I really liked was the Terminator motorcycles. Those were kind of neat. That was a neat idea. But 1 and 2 are the only Terminator films that stand on their own that I really liked. I think it should have ended right there. Angel Phoenix 77 says Terminator 3 wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad. I kind of liked that they still had the criminal psychologist. His scene was kind of funny, where he's trying to counsel her, and then he sees the Terminator, and nothing else needs to be said. He couldn't run fast enough to get away from it. So. All right, Fluffy. Well, we'll get her some new pants. You just won't see them. Exodus Dark Room says RoboCop is supposed to be rated R instead of PG-13. Heck, I would like a RoboCop that was NC-17. To heck with the R rating. Yeah, the 80s version of RoboCop might as well be NC-17 by today's standards. Today, everybody seems to be offended and cry about everything. Man, that movie was fantastic. The only thing that I think I could really fault the original RoboCop for was, Dick Jones goes out the window and all of a sudden he becomes Elastic Man and his arms are like 12 feet long. I don't know why. Somebody in the stop motion department had never seen a human being before. I don't know what was going on with that, but it was weird. So if you go back and look at that scene and he's going out the window, and my goodness, if that guy went to the grocery store, he could definitely bring in all the groceries with one trip with those arms. I mean, what the hell? Yeah, it would be nice if we could just make new things instead of going back and remake after remake after remake. It's like they have no ideas anymore. Oh, ran out of inventory space. Well, let's fix that. Oh, I guess I did the Seducer as the robe the last time. Okay, so everything is 160 now? Oh, we're missing the gloves. And the boots, and the sash. Okay, where are they? Here we go, gloves. There we go, there's the sash, and here are the boots. Perfect. Okay, there's no room in the bank. No, I guess there is one. All right, well, I'll take it.
Vegeta has
Nope, not you, not you. Trying to get the little storage thing right underneath his paws. Okay, so 160. This is a little quirk, by the way, of ESO. You would think that, see, I'm wearing a CP160 ring, and oh, wait a minute, she's already got one? No, yeah, and a level 42 ring. So you would think that it would say, well, certainly I'll replace the level 42 ring, but all it does is change out this one ring here. Right? If I want this one changed, I actually have to manually go over here and say, look, change it, darn it. All right, so now we get the equipment bonus. So all the stars are lit up, and she should be a little less squishy than she was before. But now we need to see about freeing up some room. I hate doing this, but it must be done. Anything that's not going to teach her a new skill is just sort of in the way here. So you just have to be ruthless. This is a kind of a vestigial leftover for me from the World of Warcraft. Oh, whoops, I guess some of those were... I was wondering. Some of those apparently were items that were created as part of her daily crafting writs. Let me go and turn those in, because that will help to free up room as well. Now, Exodus Dark Grove says they also want to redo Poltergeist and Exorcist, but they're getting some serious resistance. Well, you know, the Poltergeist films were supposedly haunted. Somebody died after the filming of each one, and after Poltergeist 3, the star died. Of course, yeah, I don't believe in the superstition surrounding it. It's just a totally amazing coincidence. In fact, the little gal who played Carol Ann, that's actually chiseled onto her gravestone. You know, this was Carol Ann from the Exorcist films. Poltergeist films, sorry.
I hate to say it, but I think the monks there have gone mad.
She was very, very proud of that role. Now that she has some room, and she's got a bit, I could go ahead and do the daily crafting writs. So let me get those out of the way real quick, and then we can see about grabbing some more of these surveys. I remember doing all of these crafting writs by hand. Looking up all the recipes, putting things together, click, 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 and then a friend of mine showed me this add-on. And I was like, oh, where's this been? I should have had this from day one. You know, that really got me after I saw, because I wasn't really sure I would want to do add-ons in ESO, but after I got the daily writ crafter, I was like, oh, this is it. This is the stuff. This makes the game a lot better. And then from there, I kind of took off and I started getting all kinds of crazy add-ons. Blasted. Did I run out of space already? I sure did. All right, well, we'll make 2 trips. Oh, yes. Angel Phoenix 77 says, I always wondered if she would have become a huge star if she hadn't died. I think she had a lot of potential. She was a good actress for the time that she was able to. Instead of Starcrow says, "They're here," is one of the most iconic lines ever. When you hear that, you immediately want to be somewhere else. Yeah, especially if you say it the way that she did. She added quite a lot of, well, she made that line the iconic line that it is. And then, of course, iconic lines like, "Here's Johnny," let's see, The Shining, as I recall, or "I'll be back" from the original Terminator film. And boy, they use that to death in every Terminator film since, and they even made fun of it if you happen to see the Expendables films, where, Schwarzenegger says, "I'll be back," and I think Bruce Willis replies, "You've been back enough," I had the old lady gamer sit through all the Expendables films with me. I'm a sucker for 80s action stars, and it was really a treat to see them all together in these films. In fact, I mean, I have no stake in it. I don't make any money from it, but I just picked up on Blu-ray. They actually have Expendables 1, 2, and 3 in a Blu-ray set. And I was surprised it was only like $20. They were such good movies, at least I thought. I should have thought they would have cost more than that. But nope, they were actually a bit of a steal. Okay, I see I still have one here in the Alakir Desert. So let's head down and pick up that survey. Angel Phoenix 77 says, "Wasn't there supposed to be one more of the Expendables?" To be honest, I don't know. I know that they would like to make more, but I haven't seen any indication that it's coming out just yet, unless I missed the announcement. I think the whole worldwide pandemic really messed up a lot of things for filming. Yeah, insurance companies want to make sure that they don't have horrendous problems, because there's all this money tied up, and you have to get the location available, you have to get all the people who support it, never mind if one of the stars gets sick as a result. And so I've seen that a lot of productions that are ongoing right now are taking interesting precautions by having people show up on site and be there for weeks in quarantine to be able to show that they're not sick, and then they have to shoot everything basically in quarantine with everybody else that makes it through the process, because once you go there, you can't leave because you might come back with something. It's interesting right now. So I'm sure the current worldwide pandemic is hampering the efforts to, shoot new movies. Never mind also that Hollywood is sitting on a lot of films that are already produced. Black Widow movie comes to mind, where they could have released it already, but they were hoping, well, surely the theaters will open next week, and now the theater chains are going bankrupt because they have nothing to show, and you still have to pay property tax and all those, or leases at all those different places that they're at, yet their sources of income are down.
The gods truly have no mercy.
Yeah, and now all the big studios have their own streaming services, and everyone bought big TVs anyways, and the internet is available for everyone. So, I mean, if this had to happen, at least the infrastructure was in place for an alternative means of entertainment distribution. But I know that's no real consolation to the people that unfortunately were displaced from work, or the businesses that ended up shutting their doors as a result. Yeah, I think Expendables 2 is where they really hit their stride. 3 was okay. 1 was okay. I liked 3 better than 1, but 2 I think was the best for me. Okay, this is right up here. It's just hard to see because it's being covered up by this icon of a tree. So this thing's not hostile? Oh, this is my pet, isn't it? I was like, wait a minute, what is that? Okay. Looks like we got everything. Yeah, we did. All right, and away we go. Zipping around Tamriel, just grabbing goodies. Ah, old man says I'm downloading ESO right now, but because of my ISP, it's going to take over 60 hours. Well, I'll be honest, it takes a while even on my ISP. What I've done whenever I've downloaded an ESO client, because I actually have a couple of computers, and so sometimes I'll want to go play ESO in the living room, and so there's that computer, and then there's one here in my little recording studio, and then I have one in my bedroom. I have too many computers. And yeah, each time there's like an ESO update, I gotta go turn them all on, get them all to download, and it takes forever. But when I put it on a new computer, what I usually do is I'll set it to download and just go to bed, and it'll download overnight. Although 60 hours? Wow. That's, I'm hoping that that estimate is just off because of current constraints. And I've seen it sometimes where it'll say, like, you know, some outrageous number, and then during the night things speed up, and then I wake up, oh, I thought this was going to take 2 days, and it's already done. Yeah. So fingers crossed that it comes down quicker than that for you, old man. Exodus Darkrobe says Jet Li was vastly underused. His character seems to be more like Bruce Lee in Green Hornet. Such a shame. I agree. I was surprised that he let's see, I think in 2 he's just like a very brief appearance, and I don't think he was in 3 at all, was he? Although in 2, I don't know if you caught it, but there was an inside joke about Dolph Lundgren where his character starts talking about you know, chemistry. In real life, Dolph Lundgren has a PhD in chemistry, and so that was kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to, you know, because they make fun of his characters, like, yeah, like you would know anything about chemistry. Well, actually, he does. He has a doctorate in chemistry. Let's see, which area am I going to next? Let's see, Artan doesn't have any. Auradon, let's see. Yep, I see one here in Auradon. Oh, down here as well, but that's a treasure map. I'm really interested in these surveys, because these darn surveys take up so much space in my inventory. They just pile up, so I'm going to try and get as many as I can. Oh, he was in the helicopter scene? I guess I'll have to go back and watch again. I'm embarrassed to say I saw the movie quite recently. It's probably only been like, what, a month or two? And I guess I didn't remember him. Of course, I was probably fixated on Ronda Rousey, so... oh well. Hope OLG can forgive me. Oh, blasted! I gave her a new set of gear! What the heck? What am I doing wrong? I need to look at her build. Let's see. She's all stacked out for Magicka. Oh, all her skill points got refunded, huh? Let's see. Well, not all of them, just quite a few of them. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, I guess I just need to really pay attention. Let me see what it is that she has. I haven't touched this character in a while. Whoops, you're supposed to have these things. Let's get all her passives up. Good grief. Mage's Guild abilities. We don't care. Because until she has Meteor, who cares? Psijic Order. Let's see, what would be good? That actually would not be a bad one to have. Yeah, at some point her points got refunded and I didn't go back and look at these things. Oh my goodness. No wonder she's getting beat up. Put all these passives back on. And let me guess. Yeah, nothing. Make sure all these are in here. All right, now then. There, makes a big difference. Okay, well, so it was partially the gear and partly the fact that I guess at some point her points got refunded and I didn't bother to rebuild her. I'll still have to go back and look and make sure I've got everything, but let's see, where am I? Where was I going? That's odd. I thought there was something nearby here. Yeah, I was fairly certain that I saw a survey nearby this location. I'm just not seeing it now. Oh well. Here, we'll head back. Oh, Exodus Stark Robe says, are they elites? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. You're forgetting the 5 rules of dodgeball. My characters don't dodge. They just, fire is a buff for them. So normally I don't worry about it, but I guess I should be dodging. Oh boy, see, this one doesn't seem to have a very convenient way shrine, so it's going to be a bit of a ride in order to get to that location. Oh, everybody's running. Light peasant. I think we have those running around Los Angeles right now. That's what it seems like. Okay, let's see. Oh, let me guess, it's underneath. Bet you this is a ledge that pokes out. Yeah, it's down there. Well, I could go around, but yeah, I don't care. Hey, let's see if I can... Whoops. Oh, I can't do that. Shoot. Maybe if I had jumped off into the water. I was thinking that maybe I could use my Psijic shield on the way down, but it doesn't allow you to use it while you're falling. Ah, good. I was right. It's down here at the base. Okay, did we get everything? I think. Yeah, I don't see anything else there. That's odd. Random bear is random. I don't remember bears being in this area. Of course, it's been a while, so maybe I'm remembering the fauna of the area incorrectly. Okay, so we hit Bangkorai already. Shouldn't be anything in there that I missed. Let's see. Betnik, no. Blackreach, no. Caverns, no. Black Rock Isle has, well, it's a treasure chest. Yeah, I'll come for that another time. I really just want things that go into the craft bag. Yeah, the problem with treasure chests is they'll end up filling my bag up. Oh, Angel Phoenix says the 5 rules of dodgeball are dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. So dodge twice, huh? Oh, Angel Phoenix says, Joe, I don't know how this is possible. Someone I watched said he runs his internet through 3 or 4 cell phones. I'm not sure how this can be. Let's see. I was just now seeing that. The way that could be is if you could shotgun together multiple internet service providers. I mean, there are dedicated appliances that will actually do that. That will allow you to. It's basically kind of load balancing turned upside down. So websites, for example, are designed so that each server can only handle so many people hit in at the same time. However, that information might be replicated to multiple servers. So what they do is they'll have a little load balancing set up to where you know, so many things go to server A, so many to go to B, so many go to C, and all three of them have the same data. That way, if you have more people than A can support by itself, B and C take part of the load off. Well, in this case, in reverse, you're saying, well, I want to request more things from the internet than my current service provider can give me. So I redirect some traffic here and then other traffic over here. And now you are limited. You can't go any faster than any individual pipe. So say, for example, one ISP limits you to 2 megabits and another one does 5. You'll never be able to get more than 5. It's just if you're using all of the 5 megabits in one, then you can put the overage for other IP calls out to the other ISP. So one way that could be helpful is if, say for example, I was running ESO off of one wireless connection, say one phone acting as a hotspot, and then I had another phone that also acted as a hotspot, and I ran my streaming through the other one. So each one now has their own dedicated stream outward. The problem is that my phone, 2 megabits is the limit in terms of upstream, which is, you know, normally I stream at 6. So sure, I could probably stream at, you know, 1.5 or 2, but it would look awful. OLG likes to say that I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to recording because my target is always 1080p, 60 FPS. I want to give you the best experience that I can, and you know, have the picture look as good as it can. Otherwise, it's just I don't want to be one of those people who's like, you know, it's like, hey, I got 15 frames a second at 720p, you know, or 480. I've seen some awful streams. I don't want to be that guy, you know. I mean, I'm not disparaging other people if that's all they have and that's all they can do, you know, but I've got the hardware to be able to do better. It's just a matter of having the stupid internet service provider keep up with me. That's been the problem. At one point I'd even, oh shoot, is this way up there? It is. Of course, it's not down here. It's a sky shard I don't have. I've even looked at potentially getting a business connection. The problem is that from what I understand, they just charge more, and the service is still just as hit or miss as it is with the regular connection. It's just you pay more for the privilege. Yeah. Oh, and then they give you a static IP. Big deal. I'm not running a server. Well, at least not one that's seen by the internet. I have several servers here on this side, but they don't serve up content, you know, to the internet. So I don't need to pay for a static IP. Although my ISP changes my IP anyways, apparently they have some kind of system set up where it's like, oh my gosh, look at his connection. So much data went through it. He's probably serving up content to people. Let's change his IP. They'll never find him that way. And, you know, it's like this game of roulette that they like to play with my connection, thinking that they're somehow foiling my evil scheme. But I'm like, look, I just want to stream to Twitch or upload to YouTube, and, you know, that's it. Oh, you know what? This thing didn't update. Here we go. Let's force update. There we go. And now it disappears. So now the map realizes, oh, you already got that sky shard. Here, let me take that off the map for you. Whoops. Come on, Fluffy. Oh, didn't heal fast enough. Oh, well. Actually, it gives me a lift to the way shrine. Perfect. Let's see, Balfoyen, Bagrai, which we were already at. Oh, Betnik, Blackwood. Oh, wait a minute. We're going up here. Bleak Rock Isle, no. Clockwork, no. Cold Harbor, no. Raglorn. It was kind of fun. With Cyrodiil, notice that I have all the sky shards. The last time they had the Imperial City celebration, everybody came out of the Cyrodiil countryside and went into the Imperial City to kill each other. And it occurred to me, hey, this is the perfect time to go get sky shards in Cyrodiil. So all I did was run around Cyrodiil and grab all the sky shards. And the fun part is that they even opened them up in some of the... oh, I should have gotten these too. Oh, wait a minute. Am I still missing one? Oh, I guess she's missing a couple. Yeah, these are behind pack gates. Although, to be honest, I think I do have them all if I really wanted to. I could... Where is it? Sky shards. Yeah, Ebonheart. Yeah, I guess Ebonheart pack was the only one that's missing. But I got them on another character, so if I wanted to, I could pay for the upgrade, but yeah, I'll get in there and get those last 2 sky shards. But when I do that, I I generally don't stream it to avoid stream sniping. Because, someone will see it and they'll say, oh, it's that Joe Fantabulous, let's go kill him. And so I'll record my run through Cyrodiil, but I don't stream it, at least not live. Let's see. All right, let's see. East March. Oh, yeah, we have one for East March. I don't have that Way Shrine, though. But that's all right. I do have this one, so we can head out that way and discover. Oh, Angel Phoenix 77 says, I see. Thank you for answering my question. Never knew that. My tech classes never taught me that. Well, let's see. I assume you're meaning the part about shotgunning ISPs together in order to get multiple connections. You'll see a lot of businesses do that, so that they stay up. There are some big commercial websites. When you've got a website like, when was the last time you ever saw Walmart.com go down or Amazon.com? The big guys. They're not depending on like some cable modem sitting in a corner. They they have multiple connections out to the internet, and if a link goes down, they just reroute, and you never even see it. Plus there are, of course, like I said, banks and banks of servers back there, so that they can handle the capacity. So those machines are always ready to, they want to take your money, so they'll make sure that their servers are always available. Now, Google, on the other hand, seems to have had some problems lately. We've had worldwide outages where YouTube has been down, and never really seen a straight answer as to what happened. My guess is that maybe a patch didn't go as well as planned, and then they push it out to production, and then all of a sudden everything falls apart. And but I don't know. And Google's probably not going to ever say. But it was kind of suspicious that we've had multiple outages of the entire YouTube ecosystem, for hours and hours at some points. Okay, let's see. Well, while I'm in the neighborhood, might as well grab another sky shard. Oh, of course, it has to be way down there. Oh well, Geronimo! Okay, so we'll discover this way shrine so that we'll be able to use it in the future. And let's see about grabbing this survey location. Yeah, to be honest, I am on the hunt for a ISP that will be able to afford me, like I said, backup internet access that will be over the, or at least as close as possible to the 6 megabit limit that I'm looking for. But so far, all I get is 2. Alright, I think I have them all here. Oh, except for here. We'll take that one. Yoink. Don't want to leave any behind. Okay, let's see. Glenumbra. Yeah, I could look at my inventory and see where we have stuff for, but for me it's easier just to look at the map and look for a red X indicating that there's a survey available at that location. Okay, so onward to Gratwood. Come on. Just trying to click on the thing. It's like, look, I want to go there, please. Oh, Angel Phoenix 77 says, Joe, one more question. Imperial Rebels. I'm kind of torn. I always liked the Rebel Alliance in the original Star Wars trilogy, but the Empire seemed kind of cool too. I'm a little bit of a Darth Vader fan, you know. You may notice the icon for my channel. That answers your question. Although, you know, one interesting question, and this is actually something I thought about, speaking of Star Wars, is, all right, so, you know, the rebels in the original Star Wars Episode 4 are the good guys, and they're fighting against the quote-unquote evil empire. Yet we never really see, okay, what makes the empire evil? The prequel trilogy actually makes the rebels look kind of bad because, all right, so the empire was elected? You know, people voted them into office and, you know, approved the chancellor becoming the emperor. So the rebels are basically saying, we don't care what the vote is, you know, we don't want to go along with it, and we're willing to kill you in order not to comply with what was voted into office. So, I don't know, it kind of looked bad. So that was always my question, is like, okay, you're the Rebel Alliance. What is it you're rebelling against? Yeah, from the look of Coruscant, my guess is that throughout the entire, you know, period of the Empire, if you were a guy on the street in Coruscant, you probably would not have noticed the difference. It's like, you know, I send my taxes to a different, you know, P.O. box, so what? And in some ways, maybe things got a little bit better in the regard that in the prequel trilogy, we see planets like Tatooine are outside of the Republic's influence, and so they have slavery and other bad stuff. And the Jedi are aware of it, and they just shrug and like, oh, well, not my problem, dude. It's like, whoa, that's kind of messed up, you know? Whereas by the time we get to episode 4, the Empire is in full control, and no one's surprised when Imperial troops come down to the planet and they're looking for people because obviously Tatooine is within their sphere. And you'll notice that none of the population challenged them or caused them any problems. You know, what they say goes, and they are a force for order. So again, it left me scratching my head. You know, now granted they weren't very nice to the Jawas, but those Jawas probably don't pay taxes to the Empire anyway. So it's just kind of things that make you go. Okay, let's see. Let's head back to the. Whoops! Ah, shoot! I always hate that, and this is an ESO mechanic I don't like, where, you know, one drop of water got on my mount, therefore I'm dismounted. You know, I wish we could do like World of Warcraft, where it's like, yeah, your mount can actually swim. It doesn't immediately disappear the moment it gets wet. You know, it's like, yeah, what is it, like a shrinky dink? You know. One drop of water and the mount goes away. I never understood that. Oh, yoink, I'll take that. It's a quirk of the Hero Engine. As far as I know, there's no swimming in any of the Hero Engine games. So if you look at Star Wars The Old Republic, which is using the same engine, it's just they were using, I believe, an alpha version of the engine at the time SWTOR came out. And then they kind of hacked on some features that weren't originally part of it. So these days it's kind of like a Franken engine more than anything else. But you'll see in Star Wars: The Old Republic, you know, there's no swimming in that game either. It just character just kind of does the little, you know, little stroke there on the surface, and that's it. Oh, that's right. In Star Wars: The Old Republic, I don't think there's any water that is more than ankle deep, isn't there? I don't think they have any deep water at all. At least ESO has a little side stroke thing going on, but it's been a while since I played SWTOR. And they're kind of on what is it, maintenance mode basically, so there hadn't been a lot of new content, so every time I've logged in, looked around, I was like, nope, didn't miss much. But I still need to go back and finish the, what is it, my legendary achievement for that one. I was a... I have the Founder's Medal, and I still don't have the legendary achievement for maxing out each character's. The Imperial Agent was the class that spoke to me the most in SWTOR. I had that character up to max level like immediately, you know, but all the other classes, it was really a lot of, it felt like a slog with some of the other classes. Bounty Hunter was, though, the other one that I really enjoyed and leveled very, very quickly. I don't know, for some reason the Sith and the Jedi just felt like a chore. I didn't enjoy them as much, and as a result, I still don't have max level characters in all of those classes as yet. Although the fun part about Star Wars: The Old Republic is how some of the stories are put together and how absurd some of the premises are. Like, I decided to play my Jedi as evil, and so you get these ridiculous dialogue options where it's like, you know, Joe, you committed a lot of murders. Could you please stop, you know, killing everybody you find? And I'm like, I'll take it under advisement, but, you know, probably not. It's, yeah, the pull of dark side is very strong. Okay, well, you know, at least think about it. I'm like, all right, no problem, you know, and no matter how many people my Jedi murdered, you know, it had no real effect on the main story. The Jedi Council is like, okay, well, think about committing less murders next time. I'm like, I promise, as I've got my fingers, you know, crossed behind my back, you know. let's see. Green shade. Here we go. Oh, there's a couple out here. And I don't have those points. You know what? Here, I'm gonna be bad. Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but here, let's see. Where is it? I think I've got it on this computer. Oh, I need some updates. I'm just taking a second to boot up another ESO account. So Elder Scrolls Online actually specifically indicates in their end user license agreement that multi-boxing is forbidden. So, and that is you can't play two accounts and then have key replication software going back and forth between them to where they act as one. But you can have multiple accounts that you play at the same time as long as they're played individually from different computers. Well, no, actually, they can be played from the same computer, to be quite honest. They just can't be, you can't have key replication software sending the same keyboard and mouse movements to both clients. So one of the things that I use my second account for is unlocking shrines. So normally, if I wanted to get to these locations, I would have to come out here, ride around, and go to the different shrines, but yeah, which I was doing here just recently, but I was like, this is kind of tedious. It's time to wake up my other account so that I could just travel to myself and not have to do this. The other thing that it's really handy for is that in Elder Scrolls Online we have the vampire and werewolf bites, which they're kind of hard to come by in the wild. You can buy them from the Crown Store, or you can get them from another player. So I made sure to get those for my other account, and now they can be shared back with my main account whenever I want, or my other friends. So friends will come up to me, and and this goes for everybody here on Twitch. If you need a werewolf fight or a vampire bite, let me know, and I can always wake up the other account and get one for you. So here, let's see. I need to get this other character to a shrine and then have her travel to where we want to go. And in fact, here, so that you can see her, I'll go ahead and join a group. Okay, I'm not inclining or not traveling to myself just yet. Have to get to where I want to go. Oh shoot, which zone was I looking at? Green shade. There we go. So that saves me a little work. See how the little crown just appeared? Oh, you're only missing 2, and they're both Sith. Yeah, speaking of the sniper, that's one thing I did with Star Wars: The Old Republic, is I leveled a character from every specialization. So, yeah, I have a max level Imperial Sniper, a max level Operative, so they have multiple agents and multiple bounty hunters. Basically multiples of every class. Because I wanted to try all of the different gameplay styles for all of the different subcategories. You guys are making me nostalgic. Need to go back and, like I said, finish the that achievement. Maybe I should do that before the next chapter of ESO comes out, because once that comes out, I'm probably going to be knee-deep in ESO for a while. Okay, I think I got all the rune stones here at this location. I'm not sure. That's a big bunny. Thing's the size of a dog. Boy, if that came scratching at the door, I'd be tempted to just say, like, here, take my baby. You can eat the baby. You know, it's a colossal bunny. Oh, the old lady gamer says, you know, it's been a couple of hours. Maybe it's good time for a break. Yeah, she's probably right. I'm having a little too much fun here in ESO. It's been a while, and it's been a long time since I've been able to stream. So it's nice to be back. So we'll go ahead and we'll end this video here for those watching on YouTube. Join me next time here on Joe Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where we'll have more fun in Elder Scrolls Online. And for those of you watching on Twitch, well, we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll see about coming back. See you next time.